This is the third time of me attempting to film this video and it's just not going well today. Hello my loves and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we're doing my February TBR. I don't normally film my TBR videos here, but we are having such a mare with the lighting today. I use natural light and it's just not playing ball, and this location seems to be the best place for lighting, so this is where we're filming it from, and I'm literally having to pick up my tripod and carry it across the room to do the part with the dice rolls to come back to... This is the third time of me attempting to film this video and it's just not going well today. Okay, enough of my ranting. Let's get into what this game actually is. It's very simple. We roll a 6-colored decided dice. This dice correlates to a figure that sits on top of some prompts. Said prompts. Nice and easy. I do a minimum of 5 rolls. If the same colour comes up twice, we do a re-roll, so there's anywhere between 5 and 7 books to read for the month. As always, I do include a book for you to choose between, so you get an option in what I actually read for the month, so keep an eye out for that one. But let's choose a new prompt for the third time of me trying to film this. Let's go here. Ooh, oldest book on my TBR. That's just some blatant calling out as to how long I've had some of these books on my TBR. But that's the prompt chosen. Let's go to roll number 1. Roll number 1. Purple. A thriller. I actually am preferring this game so far because prompt number 1 we actually got thriller. Of course I'm going for a dark academia thriller book and I'm so excited for this one. It's For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. I chose this one because Ashley from My Frolic Through Fiction was talking about it with some of her dark academia recommendations. Dark academia! I'm here for it. I'm slowly getting through all the Dark Academia books that I own on my physical TBR so I can bring you that Dark Academia video. I love Dark Academia so much. It's actually one of my favourite things to read. I found I don't normally like adult thrillers normally, but if it's a thriller that's got Dark Academia vibes, I'm there. Count me in. And this one, we're following an English teacher. At first you were impressed by Mr. Crutcher with his dedication to his students, but something isn't right at that school. It starts with small things, a teacher falling sick, rumours about a former pupil going off the rails. Of course, you never guessed it could end in murder. I'm intrigued. I'm so intrigued, I'm very excited. I don't love the cover. Hopefully the contents is better than this cover because it's just not the one. But that's the first book. Let's choose a new prompt. The lighting's still not loving me here, but trust me, it's way better than it was. Okay. Reminders. I need to get a ring light. I've been saying it for 2 and a bit years now. A translated book. Roll number 2. Yellow. Can you see that? Yeah, just about. Yellow. And that's a representation. Okay, roll number 2 was representation. I've decided to continue a series with this and go with Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. There's actually quite a bit of representation in this. We do have people that are gay in here. We also have a look at segregation during this time because it's set in 1920s New York City. So you're having a lot to do with how people treat people that aren't American. We also have how they treat because of how you look and because of your skin colour, and then we also have the fact that being gay during this time was not allowed. There's a lot of representation that goes into this book and I love this series so much. It is the 3rd book in the quartet, so I'm not going to go into what this one's going to be about. I'll just give a quick overview of the first book, which is The Diviners, and in that one we are following one of our main characters and she has the power to divine things from items that she touches. She gets sent to her uncle because she's being too rebellious, and so she's sent there to learn a bit of decorum, except he's a very eccentric fellow so it doesn't really work, and she gets caught up in these murders that have an occult vibe to them, and she knows that she can help with this investigation because she can touch an object and see their final moments or something that's happened. Her uncle refuses to allow her to help, and so she does it anyway, and you meet a whole group of characters and learn their backstory and realise that there are a lot of people with different gifts, and I love it. I love the feel of this book, the whole vibe of the 1920s, and then the reality of what it was like to be a black person during this time or to be gay during this time, and the difficulties that you have to overcome because of it all. I loved this so much, as in the Diviners, and I loved the second book even more, and I cannot wait to read this third one and then finally get and finish the fourth one. It's such an amazing series, one of my favourites, and I know it's an older series, but I feel like it deserves all the hype. So yeah, choosing this one for representation, choosing a new prompt. Go for this one. Lovely, retelling, another one of my favourite subgenres. Honestly, I don't know if I can say I've got a favourite genres anymore, because I love dark academia, I love a cozy mystery, I love fantasy, I just love a lot of things. My reading taste is so eclectic. I've progressed so much from just a fantasy reader. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's go to roll number 3. Roll number 3. What? Okay, yellow again. Retelling. Choosing a new prompt. Under 500 pages. And the first reroll. Did that even roll? At least it doesn't count as a reroll. But that's another yellow. That's under 500 pages. Well, we really liked yellow, apparently. Yellow was the colour of choice. I'm so pleased that I added in the fact that I don't have to reroll if the same colour comes up more than twice, because it gets out of hand. Anyway, the first prompt that came up for roll number 3 was retelling, which we already knew that I liked because I just explained that. And I decided to go with a Greek myth retelling, which is Daughters of Sparta by Claire Hayward. And this one is a retelling of Clytemnestra and Helen of Troy. Clytemnestra and Helen are sisters, and we are seeing them, I think it's more focusing on their husbands and what happens to that rather than the actual battle of Troy, which is really nice. I've read quite a few books about Helen and Clytemnestra. I will be doing a whole Greek myth video, and I think potentially I may split it into 2 different videos. I haven't quite decided, depends how much I end up talking about them. But I really do love reading so many different retellings of the same myth, because I think it's just fascinating to see how different authors take it in different ways, and seeing the crossovers and the true link between all the books that doesn't deviate, and then just seeing how they interpret the rest of it. This one in particular, we are following Clytemnestra and Helen, and they have known nothing but luxury and plenty. With their high birth and unrivaled beauty, they are the envy of all of Greece. Such privilege comes at a high price though, and their destinies are not theirs to command. While still only girls, they are separated and married off to legendary kings Agamemnon and Menelaus, never to meet again. Their duty is now to give birth to the heirs society demands and be meek, submissive queens their men expect. But when the weight of their husband's neglect, cruelty and ambition becomes too heavy to bear, they must push against the constraints of their sex to carve new lives for themselves, and in doing so make waves that will ripple throughout the next 3,000 years. So excited. I just love retellings so much, and I do believe Claire Hayward has more retellings than just this one. Let me see. I could be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't actually say, but I feel like her name's come up recently with maybe another book that she's got coming out. Again, I could have that wrong. I have so many authors on my to read list because of the amount of mythology retellings I'm invested in, and a lot of them do cross over. But yeah, this one is one that I'm really excited to read, and I haven't heard many people talking about this one, so very excited to see what Claire Hayward's interpretation of this myth is going to be like. And then the second prompt of the reroll for number 3 was under 500 pages, and this is one that you're going to be choosing for me. And I have 2 different classic cozy mysteries to read. The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie, continuing on with my Miss Marple journey, and I love this cover so much. I don't think I need to talk too much about what a cozy mystery is. Clearly we're finding somebody in a library, and it's a scandal in the making, so I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to carry on with my Agatha Christie journey, so I definitely need to actually do that because this year I haven't read one yet. So that's one option. Or another option is The Mystery of the Yellow Room by Gaston Leroux. This is the same author that wrote Phantom of the Opera, and this was the first locked door mystery, and it inspired Agatha Christie, hence why I want to read it. I really like this edition. My mum got me this edition. I'm really excited to read both of these because I love seeing the influence other authors have had on authors. I think it's so fascinating, and considering how hyped Agatha Christie is, like, she is a queen. She has sold the most amount of books ever, I think. It would be fascinating to see where she got some of her inspiration from. So let me know what mystery you would like to see me reading this month. I'm excited for both, so pick your vote in the comments below. But for now, we need to choose another prompt. Let's go at the back actually, and that's a title with one word. Time for roll number 4. A fourth roll. Well, that was a sort of roll, but also a re-roll. I am not having any luck. Okay, purple. That's a translated book. Choosing a new prompt. Mythology. And the re-roll. Yellow. What is with yellow today? Title with one word. Of course, we have another reroll. The first prompt to fill is a translated book, and this one I've gone with Solo Dance by Lee Kotomi, and this is translated from Japanese by Arthur Reggie Morris. In this one we are following Cho Nori. She is 27 years old, from Taiwan, working an office job in Tokyo, but she has to lead a very separate life to her fellow office workers because she is queer. She's also escaped after a violent attack, and it's going to be really interesting just to see this one. It's a contemporary, and I was really, to be honest, drew in by this cover. I love it. I just think it's so unusual, and yeah, I'm happy to give this one a try. And then the second prompt for roll number 4 was a title with one word, which, to be honest, I'm gonna have to start including the in that because I'm really running out of books with one word unless I do a reread, which I wasn't really feeling those books with one word that I have that I could do a reread with. Ooh, actually, no. We've already chosen a book, we're not going to change it. It's fine, we're not going to change it. And that's Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. This is a book that I've had my eye on for a little while. I've spoke about it recently in my book haul, and I'm just really intrigued. We're following 2 teachers who have a very open marriage where they don't really care what the other one gets up to in extracurricular activities, shall we say. But her husband causes a scandal with being with a pupil from the college or university that they work at, but then she gets obsessed with a student called Vladimir. So I don't know, I think it's going to be an interesting one. I've seen a few people that have liked this one, and yeah, I don't know, I'm intrigued. I really liked the cover of this one, so why not? Plus it's a one-word title, it works. This pile was getting a little bit chunky, but we do have one more roll to go, and it is only one. So let's just choose a prompt for the last time for February. Let's go. Oh, okay. Historical fiction. I really have to be in the mood for historical fiction, otherwise it's the prompt that is most likely not to get read. Especially as I have become a bit of a mood reader, so I've tried keeping such a wide variety of genres in this to account for the fact that my moods will change. But yeah, historical fiction, I don't know, it's always the one that I put off, but I tend to really love them. So I shouldn't put it off, but I do. Anyway, why am I rambling at you? We have one more roll to go. Stop putting it off and just do it. Let's go, let's go. The final roll. Purple. What? Why? Why is it just purple and yellow today? I could not have guessed this. Anyway, purple. Mythology. You know, I actually cannot believe that every roll has been a yellow or a purple. I don't think that's happened to me yet. That is pretty impressive. But for the last roll we got Mythology, and for this one I'm actually going to go with a Kindle book. I have 3 mythology books saved on my Kindle. They are all available on Kindle Unlimited, and they are all by Hannah Lynn. I don't know, I've got 3 ones to read, but I feel like I should go with the first book because it's a series of Grecian women, and there's 3 books in this series. So you have, when I can actually stop my phone from being weird, Athena's Child, Queens of Thymenestra, and A Spartan's Sorrow. So they're all following different women in mythology. I feel like I should actually go from 1 to 3, like in the order that she published them. So I think I'm going to go with Athena's Child. I'm really intrigued. Again, Hannah Lynn is an author that I haven't seen anyone talking about. It's actually an author that I found through TikTok, and she had up a video all about Greek myth books and her books in there. And so I automatically was like, oh, I'm interested. I'm going to get those. And then I found them on Kindle, which was absolutely amazing. I don't know what Athena's Child is actually about, so let me pull it up on Goodreads actually. Okay, Athena's Child, daughter, sister, priestess, protector, son, brother, demigod, hero, monsters. Gifted and burdened with beauty far beyond that of mere mortals, Medusa seeks sanctuary with the goddess Athena, but when the lustful gaze of mighty Poseidon falls upon her, even the temple of Athena cannot protect her. Young Perseus embarks on a seemingly impossible quest, equipped with only bravado and determination. Okay, so this is Medusa's story, which is, I feel, really fitting because I've already read one Medusa retelling. I know there's Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes out, although I do want that in paperback, so I've been waiting. So I feel like this is going to be really good. Again, I love learning about different myths, and Medusa is one that I'm always intrigued by just because she was done so badly, I think, in our retellings of her, in making her the villain of the story when it's nothing to do with her. Like, she was just a beautiful woman that a god decided to take advantage of. A goddess decided to punish her for the actions of the god. As a result, Perseus ends up killing her. Like, it's such a devastating story, and yet so many people focus on just demonizing her. So I always love a good retelling of Medusa, and it's something I really want to read more of. So I'm really pleased that I'm actually starting off with that. Okay, so there we are. Those are all the books that we're going to be reading in February. Plus, I am actually doing a 24-hour readathon this month, so I will have the announcement video for that linked below, where we have 4 different books, and actually another one of those is a Greek myth retelling. February, the month of Greek myth retellings, apparently. So, starting off with, we will have Athena's Child by Hannah Lynn, and this is going to be fulfilling the prompt of Mythology retelling. We then have Vladimir for title with 1 word, Solo Dance for a translated book, Daughters of Sparta for retelling, Before the Devil Breaks You for representation, and For Your Own Good for thriller, plus the books that you have to choose for the month, which is going to be a classic mystery, and you just need to choose whether you want the Agatha Christie or the book that inspired Agatha Christie. I feel like this is quite a nice little mix of books. We have thriller, contemporary, fantasy, mystery, and of course the Greek myths. I'm intrigued. I'm actually really feeling this, but as I said earlier, I'm a mood reader, so whether this actually stays as what I read for the month, I don't know. But this does also look doable, so you never know. We managed it, we got to the end. I am so thankful that we finally got there. This lighting has been awful today, but apparently this spot worked the best, so that's what we did. I'm just pleased we made it. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're going to be reading this month, or what are you looking forward to if you've read any of these, and of course let me know what book you would like me to read for the month. If you've made it this far, then let's put, I feel like I need something for mythology, because that is what was coming up a lot in this, I feel like. I say that, I've actually only got 2 books. Anyway, we're going to go with mythology, and let's go with a leaf emoji because there's beautiful vines across this cover. I actually really love this cover, it's so beautiful. But yeah, so vine emoji or leaf emoji for the video today if you've made it this far, and thank you so much for watching. So as always, if you have enjoyed this video, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe, comment to let me know that you're here. Those 3 things are super important to helping this channel grow, so thank you so much. As usual, my social media links will be linked below, and I will of course catch you in the next video.